Hey everybody! Welcome back. It is I, Tony, and you are watching TTBurger game reviews here on YouTube. We are continuing these game reviews here with episode 160, and we have another multi-part review here. This is episode 160, part 1 of 2. And we are getting closer and closer to that 200th episode, and I got something special planned for that, so be on the lookout there. And before I get started here, I want to congratulate my friend JJBrother88 and his wife, RHNurseGirl45, because they got married on November 21st of this year. And I just want to say congratulations to them. The wedding was awesome. I had a great time. It was good to see you guys get married. And don't you two stop looking adorable now, because you guys looked great at the wedding and I had a great time. So congratulations to you both, and I wish you guys nothing but the best for the future as husband and wife, definitely. But getting back on track here, we are getting closer to the holiday season. Today is November 30th, and December is just one day away. And getting closer to the Christmas season as well, and to the end of the year. So to celebrate, we're going to be wearing our PlayStation Ugly sweater all month long in December. Even though it's not December yet, it starts the beginning of the week, so that's why we're starting a little bit earlier today with wearing the sweater and everything. But I want to talk about the car combat genre. The car combat genre, or the vehicular combat genre, whatever people call it, is no stranger to the video game world. There are tons of them out as years went on with gaming. It started off with games like Cyber Sled by Namco in the arcade, which is pretty much one-on-one where you were in like a sled-like tank, battling your opponent to move on to the next round. But the genre was popularized by games like Twisted Metal, and Twisted Metal pretty much started my love for the car combat genre on consoles even more than so. Because if it weren't for games like Twisted Metal, we wouldn't have car combat genre as is today. But I want to talk about a franchise that was pretty much deemed the Twisted Metal killer, or the game where you could retire Twisted Metal 2, or on par with Twisted Metal or so, or whatever opinion you have with it. The game franchise came out of nowhere and surprised everyone, and delivered really well. That series is Vigilante 8, which is a spin-off and semi-sequel to the PC game Interstate 76. Now, we got a lot to talk about here, but this review will be broken into two parts, like I said. Part 1 will be Vigilante 8, and Part 2, Vigilante 8 Second Offense. Now, I know there's Vigilante 8 on the arcade, Vigilante 8 arcade for the Xbox 360, but that game sucked, so I'm not going to be talking about it. It pretty much killed the Vigilante 8 franchise in my opinion, because it was just so bad. But I'm not going to review it though, so just check out a review of Vigilante 8 arcade. You can find it anywhere. But we got lots to talk about here. We're going to get started with Vigilante 8 on the PlayStation, released on June 1st, 1998, and then released to the Nintendo 64 and Game Boy. Now, when I first heard about Vigilante 8, I thought it was the 8th game in a series called Vigilante or so, because it's got the 8 like right on the title there, and I thought it was like a game that started on the PC or so, and just worked its way up to like 8 games, like a Final Fantasy 8 was or so. But that was just the name of the game, and Vigilante 8 was advertised as a car combat game where you could retire from playing Twisted Metal 2 and such. Technically, in my opinion, both franchises are equally fun. Twisted Metal does certain things better than Vigilante 8, while Vigilante 8 does certain things better than Twisted Metal. Vigilante 8 is a great game for the most part, but does have some of those quirky problems we need to talk about here, but we'll talk about that later as time goes on. The story of Vigilante 8 takes place in 1975, where Sid Burns and his band of coyotes are hired by the company called Omar, also known as Oil Monopoly Alliance Regime, to get rid of all competing oil companies in the United States so they can become the richest company in America. After hearing the news, a semi-truck driver named Convoy forms a group of vigilantes to stop Omar and Sid Burns. It's a great story. Even though it's not really needed, it's still a great story for the game overall, kind of like how Twisted Metal was with Calypso running the contest and getting ready to win their wish or so, whatever their heart desires. But we gotta get back on track here. For the game's presentation, the game looks really good for a game released in 1998. It still does look good for its time here. It still looks good to this day. The game has some really great graphics for its time, and the vehicle models are the best part of the graphics. One of the cool parts about the vehicles is that they even have damage to them, like windows can break and stuff. And even when you get more energy, so to refill your health with the wrench icons or so, the damage stays the way it is. It doesn't magically get better when you get more health. So it adds some realism to it. The backgrounds are very detailed with crisp lighting and stuff, and it's very bright and colorful. The frame rate is smooth for about 95% of the game. It does have some rare slowdowns in the game, but not much though. The CG cutscenes in the game are very detailed and animated really well, and it's amazing how great they look. For sound is definitely one of the high parts of Vigilante 8. The game has great music with 70s style rock, pop, funk music, and more. It has some of the best music in a video game of all time. The voice acting didn't really care too much though, because it was not good or bad, just didn't really care for it. Just has a lot of one-liners when they win, or when they lose, or when you select their characters, so there's not really much voice acting to even care about, so like it's just, you like the voice acting, you like the voice acting. If you don't, then you don't. That's what it is there. But now we're getting into the gameplay here, and gameplay is great, not without some of its flaws and problems. Like I mentioned before, Vigilante 8 is a car combat game very similar to Twisted Metal. You pick a car and your goal is to destroy the opponents while doing other objectives at the same time. Vehicles range from a multitude of different types like a school bus, a semi-truck, hot rod, and more. And it's not necessary to do these objectives, but they can unlock more characters and other stuff for you as well. For this review, I'll be playing as Chassé Blue, who is an FBI agent who drives a 1967 Rattler. You have 3 modes in this game: Quest, Arcade, and Versus. You're seeing footage from the Quest mode in this review because the Quest mode is the main mode. In the Quest mode, you pick a character and you venture across the United States. The path varies depending on which character you choose, which adds replay value to it. After you finish Quest mode, you get an ending for your character, which adds to the story. The game is definitely a go-to if you want more car combat bad action, and it definitely is fast-paced as well, to where you will not be bored. And it's fun overall for the most part. But now we gotta get to the negatives here. First off, there are only 4 levels for each character in the Quest mode, and they go by fast, like fighting game fast, because like you fight for like 3 or 4 opponents and stuff for the most part or so, and some of you can only fight 1 or 2, but like they go by pretty fast. I mean, sure, it has replay value to it for like when you have other characters and stuff, but still, like, only 4 levels. Just, yeah, I wish there were more levels for each character in the Quest mode and stuff, but that's just me though. And also the vehicles sometimes can be stiff, like when you turn them, stuff that's like they handle like they're on ice, or like they're very stiff and hard to move, like a semi-truck on ice. Same with the controls. And what's weird is that like when I played the game, the car, your vehicle, when you're not even moving or touching the controller, the vehicle can move on its own at times for some reason. Like, it's just that when you're not even playing the vehicle moves very slowly. It doesn't stop or anything like that. It just seems a little weird. And also the opponent AI can be unbalanced at times too, to like where they range from like super easy wimps to like overpowered motherfucking monsters and stuff. So yeah. But aside from that, it's still a great game. It's definitely worth owning if you want something new and innovative for your PlayStation, if you want to retire from playing Twisted Metal 2. So my final thoughts here are, Vigilante 8 is a game that should not be overlooked, and it's definitely worth owning in your collection if you like car combat games, definitely. Due to the complaints I have with Vigilante 8, the score I'll be giving it is an 8.5 out of 10. It's the best score I can give it because it has some flaws there, but not super bad to where they kill the game or so. And that's it for episode 160, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned for the next part. We'll be looking at Vigilante 8, Second Offense, the sequel. Now, how does the sequel fare from its predecessor? Find out next, which all I gotta say. Alright everyone, if you like what you see here, subscribe, like the video, comment down below, join my Discord group, TTBurger Gaming Fanatic, who's always looking for more people to join, and just, the link is in the description below. It's a permanent link that will not go away for 24 hours. And also, there are other videos you can check out as well, and if you have a request for a game you want me to review, type it down in the comment section below, and pretty much all I gotta say is, this is Tony, peace and out, have a great day, and see you all in the next episode.